If you've got a good set of ears, like the kind of ears that can hear the difference between pickups, then I need your help. You need to watch this entire video for me, or at least skip to the end to tell me if you can hear a difference between the stock pickups that are loaded in this 2008 made in Mexico Fender 72 thin line Telecaster versus these fancy pants Fender made Cunife vintage era correct wide range pickups that I'm about to install in it. So yeah, if you've got the golden ears, the golden eardrums, let me know what you're thinking. There's only so much I can observe while I'm trying each pickup by themselves and then swapping them out and then trying them again. I need your ears. So anyways, let's get to it. The first step, believe it or not, is changing strings, because these are older strings on here. I want to hear these pickups with fresh strings, and I don't want to hear the old pickups with old strings and then hear the new pickups with new strings. I want to hear both sets of pickups with the same set of strings. So I'm changing the strings and then taking them off to change the pickups and then tuning it all back up again. So I'm going to be throwing this set of Stringjoy soft touches on here. I've been meaning to get around to trying these, and this is my chance. Let's turn on the camera here so we can do this little trick. All right, here we go. String change. 1, 2, 3. It never works. Everyone else is able to do it in their videos. How come it never works for me? Guess I gotta do this the old-fashioned way. So these soft touches are a set of 9 to 44s for all of you who are curious. I just realized that this is an excellent opportunity to show everyone who doesn't know how to restring these vintage style slotted head tuners how to do it. What's up? How do you put your strings in these weird tuners that have slots on their heads? So first step, obviously, have your string connected to your guitar. Now take it all the way up here past the nut. This is where it wants to connect. This is the G string. It wants to go in this hole right here. It goes straight down into it like that. But this string is too long. So here's what I do every single time I change strings on a guitar that has this style tuners. I generally go about two tuning pegs past the tuning peg I'm going into. Because this one is unwound, I'll even go a little bit further, and I'll just give it a snip right there. Then you just take the end, you tuck it all the way in. That hole goes all the way through into the tuner, through the headstock into the plate. That's all the way through here. At least that's what I imagine anyways. It feels like it goes in really deep. So then I just hold the string kind of like this, putting tension on it. And this is going to be hard to do because I'm on a table instead of my lap. Then you just tighten it up. Just tighten up your string, and once it goes around that edge where the slot is, your string is locked. It's not going anywhere. I find this style of tuner to be incredibly stable. It really locks the string into place. And also, I love these style of tuners because if you loosen this string after you've installed it, the whole thing will pop off like a little pigtail, and you can slide it right back on if you want to. I'm not sure that's how I'm going to change the pickups today. I might just remove the whole neck to make that happen. But if you need to change something underneath your pickguard, I find that these are the most convenient tuners to have. And like I said, I think they're really tuning stable as well. People complain that you got to trim them as you're installing them. You're going to trim them after you install them, right? There's still the same amount of trimming to do. Just have your tools ready. By tools, I mean one tool. New strings, old pickups, which honestly, I've been fine with. I've enjoyed these pickups every moment that I've played this guitar over the past, like 6 or 7 months that I've had it. I see nothing wrong with the stock pickups, but I haven't tried the real deal yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to record myself playing through the stock pickups a little bit into the looper on the floor, and then I'll swap in the new pickups and we'll be able to do comparisons. Okay, here we go. I've got a bunch of loops recorded. Hopefully it's enough to kind of show off the differences here. If there are differences, what if they sound exactly the same in every single way imaginable? They probably won't, right? They're probably going to sound different. Everything sounds different on some level. Different materials, different construction, differences make the difference. So earlier I was saying that I love the split top tuners because I can just pull off the little pigtail whenever I want and slide them right back on, but I'm not going to do that this time. I'm going to do a different trick. And I'll loosen all the strings and I'll throw a capo on right there. That's probably fine. It doesn't really matter where. The point is to hold tension on the strings so that they don't come off of the headstock. And then I'm just going to take the neck off. And this is a 1970s style Fender, so there's only 3 screws to get through, which makes it, what, 25% easier? 30% easier? Depending on how you do the math. I don't know. Do you start from 3 screws or 4 screws when calculating that math? It's a complicated equation. I mean, some guitars these days have like 6 or 7 screws. Have you seen those things? They're crazy. But this is one of the things I love about Fender and Fender style guitars, just how modular they are. You want to take the neck off? No sweat, just take the neck off. Who cares? Here we go. Time to see what surprises are waiting for me underneath the pick guard. I'm assuming it's all stock. I got this used in a trade for a PRS SE. And I've been happy with it. I've been very happy with it. It's been a fun guitar, but I have no idea if anyone has modified this thing from stock other than changing out the pick guard, because I know they've done that in the 18 years that this guitar has existed. The guy I traded with seemed like he was probably in his young 20s. So there's no way he's the original owner, right? There could be many, many owners of this guitar before he ever got his hands on it. I do know that he's the one who changed the pickguard though. These come stock with a Perloid pickguard. He offered to bring the original pickguard with him and then he forgot it. And I didn't care because I preferred the black. Does that surprise you to find out that I prefer a black pickguard over a Perloid pickguard? I like contrast. All right, moment of truth. Is everything gonna look stock under here? Looks stock to me. Let's see how these pickups compare visually. Yeah. Different construction here, different materials. I can't tell you exactly what's different, but it is made different. The backplate does not have nearly as many holes in it compared to this one. Also just, the things are visibly different here. I don't know how much that changes anything, but you can visibly tell which is which confirms that these are not these. We do not have a situation where the last owner or a previous owner had already beat me to the punch and replaced the stock pickups with the Cunifes. Wouldn't that be funny if I got to this point in the video and it turned out that I was already using the pickups that I planned to install in it? I just have to stop recording and just call it a video and be like, sorry to myself that I spent all this time doing this. Then I'd have to write Fender and be like, hey, thanks for the pickups. I already had them apparently. By the way, this video is product provided, no money paid, by the way. But this like These ain't cheap either, so thank you, Fender.
Hey, it's Future Ryan from the future. There's something I forgot to tell you in this video. Remember these? The pickups I took out of this guitar? Well, I don't need them anymore. Do you want them? I'll give them to you if you want them.
Thanks for the pickups.
All you have to do is click the link. They're still plenty fresh. You could use them in your guitar. Just click the link in the description if you want them.
We got signal. I didn't screw it up too bad. Whenever I do a guitar mod video, I find myself praying for it to be an easy one. And this one seems like it's on the right track. It feels like it's gonna be an easy one. No big problems. So far anyways. Fingers crossed. Now, before I put the neck back on, a few of you might be wondering what this thing is all about. Well, this is one of the fun quirks of a 1970s style Fender, is that they have this neck tilt adjustment system here. There is a screw that you can access from the other side of the neck plate that allows you to apply pressure right here underneath the neck. So if you loosen that third screw that's in the middle, it'll push up on the neck, and it's a different way to adjust your neck other than just like the truss rod, you know? It's like a built-in shim system is what it is. It's kind of clever, honestly. Seems like one of the things that should have persisted after the 70s. But maybe people out there have big opinions about it, and they'd rather not have that. Here's the part I hate every time tuning up the high E string. My second time today doing this. Just always the worst experience. Not because anything bad happens, but because my body tells me something bad will happen. It's scary every time. There's something about that tuning up through D and then E flat or D sharp that just like sounds like danger to me. Pointed away from my face. And it's such a stupid fear, because once it's all tuned up and I'm playing it, I'll do all sorts of stupid bends on that high E. Like, there's no danger at all, but when I'm tuning it up, it's terrifying. New pickups! Slightly older strings. The strings have been on the guitar for about an hour now, so they're still new, right? We're okay on that front. The big thing that I screwed up on is not measuring the height of the pickups. But visibly, they look about where I remember them. I mean, there's always some sort of variable that's not perfect in any sort of comparison, and I think that's going to be the biggest one here. But yeah, they look about where I remember them. So fingers crossed that's not a huge issue. Let's hear what that original loop sounds like. And the neck position. I know I'm not playing them exactly the same. I can say for sure in the neck position, I'm hearing a lot more clarity. Yeah, interesting. Let's move on to the next loop. Right now, my initial reaction is that the stock set had more of a traditional mid-focused humbucker sort of thing, where these sound chimier, they sound brighter, clearer is a word that I would use. It's a difference in preference. You should decide for yourself which sound you prefer. You might very well prefer the sound of the stock pickups over the fancy pants Cunifes that I've gotten here now. Let's move on to the next loop. This is going to be the crunchy, distorted power chords, right? The neck is really revealing all. Like it's, even with plenty of crunch on it, there is a sweeter, chimier sound happening versus the thicker, mid-focused hump that was there before. On to the next loop. What was after that? Now, I think that clarity and that brightness, that chime and shimmer that's on the top end of these pickups is going to help a surfy sound, which is good news for me. It might not be the best news for you, depending on what sounds you prefer. Now, there was one more loop. It was the 50-50. All right, here we go. Left side of the 50-50, same exact settings. I didn't change knobs on anything. It was all left exactly the same. I even made sure that I'm using the exact same pick. Here is the bridge. I want to throw the clean Morning Glory into the mix. Back to the middle. And the bridge. guys, that sounds pretty great. I'm going to call it an upgrade. Sometimes I think of pickup swaps as side grades, but for my personal preferences, my personal uses, this definitely feels like an upgrade for me. There is more clarity, there's more brightness, there's more of like I hate to say it, it's a buzzword, but like a 3D feel. There's a three-dimensional quality to it that I wasn't getting quite as much from the stock pickups. The stock pickups sound just kind of a lot closer to standard humbuckers to me, where these sound and feel like they have more sparkle to them, like they have more twang to them, like they have more cut and personality. Do you agree with me? Is that all in my head? It does feel like a new guitar in a way. I wanted to be skeptical, which is why it's taken me so long to get around to this. Like, I'll do that video eventually. How different could they sound? But I don't know, that it's not just sound, it's also feel. We need a reverb for that. And trim. And a little dirt. I like him. I'm glad I did this. Are you glad I did this? Do you agree with my assessments? You might not. You might have heard something that I didn't hear. These pickups could have sounded worse to you, which is totally fine. It's all personal preference. Honestly, almost all guitar gear is. Every style of product is subjective. It's all personal taste. It's all personal preference. You might like something that everyone else hates, and you should get the thing that you like. You should not compromise on that. You might hate something that everyone else loves. Don't get the Tube Screamer if you don't like Tube Screamers. Get something else. Be like me. Get DoD 250s. Just over and over and over again. So yeah, I'm curious. I'm looking forward to reading the comment section to hear what you guys have to say about the sound differences between these new fancy pants Cunife vintage, historically accurate style pickups versus the original, not historically accurate, not vintage style, not Cunife magneted, wide range humbuckers that came stock in this guitar. What do you think? Explain your observations down below. So anyways, thanks for watching. Huge thanks to Fender. Huge thanks to everyone else who was involved with this. Brian, thank you. Tony.
What now?
Thank you.
You are welcome.
Tony does a lot around here to help the ship function and stay on course. Thanks to the Patreons. They helped in some way, I'm sure. And thanks to you, the viewer, that made it all the way to the end. You know what that means, right? It means that you beat Ender's Game. You're a winner. You won Ender's Game. How does that make you feel? I mean, yeah. That's a reasonable way to feel about that. That actually gives me a lot to think about. I've got to, sit in my feelings for a while now that I've heard how you felt about it. Yeah, that's deep. I never thought about it that way. So yeah, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, dislike, leave me rude and nasty comments. Support us on Patreon. Buy a shirt if you're naked and stay grounded.